Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Metal Magdalene with Jet right here on Metal Messiah Radio. Tonight we have a special guest with us back on the show. We have Steve Tucker of Morbid Angel. Welcome back to the show, Steve.
Hey, Jay, what's happening?
So, Steve, last year the band embarked on a very successful U.S. tour, your first tour back with the band. So how did that tour go, and how was it feeling for you to be back performing live with Morbid Angel?
And the tour went fantastic. I mean, honestly, I think it was one of the best American tours that I've ever been on with Morbid Angel, man. There was a lot of younger people there at the shows and shit, and for me, that's exciting. I mean, that's, people, that just aren't old school. It's, other people too. So it's pretty exciting for me, man. As far as the way it feels, I have to say, I know it's so goddamn boring, it's unreal, but man, it's about the most normal thing that I've ever done. I mean, honestly, now it's starting to seem like instead of being gone on 10 years or whatever it was, it seemed like I was gone on a weekend, and then I had a quick little break and we got back to work.
And now, were you happy with how the band came together live with all the new members?
Absolutely. I think that that was maybe the one thing that was the most surprising to me was how fluid it came so quick. I mean, everyone really. I think what it is everyone really is about their role. You know what I mean? They understand what their role is, and they fill that role to the best level that they possibly can, which I personally think is a pretty high level.
And like you said, you played a lot of full houses, sold out shows on the tour. When I saw you in Boston, the crowd seemed to have no problem with the new lineup and absolutely loved the show. But did all the crowds seem to react the same way? I mean, you know how it is when they see a new lineup performing for the first time.
Yeah, actually, it was a pretty consistent tour. I mean, I don't think it didn't seem like there was ever any problem where anyone had any issue with the lineup or anything like that. Nothing that I recall. To be honest, like I said, everybody does their job very well, so I don't really think that there's a whole lot to complain about except for personal preference, maybe.
Right. And now, you were finishing up the album at the beginning of last year, embarked on this tour, released the album at the end of the year. Was 2017 pretty hectic for you, Steve?
It was pretty busy up until, to a certain extent, it was a pretty busy year, I'd have to say it was. It went by really fast, and I guess that's a pretty clear sign that it's a busy year.
So what was the downtime like for you now? Did that seem like 5 years?
Man, to be honest, there wasn't a whole lot of downtime for me until the beginning of the year. Once the beginning of the year, I had, a couple months of downtime, and it got boring. I mean, I'd rather be playing shows. I'd rather be making music and playing shows, but at the same time, I mean, the whole rest of the year, we're going to be really working hard into next year as well. So it's probably, looking back, I'll be very glad that I had that break that I did.
So Morbid Angel about to hit the road again on April 16th. So Steve, tell us about this tour and who you're going to be bringing along this time around.
This time around, we're actually we split the tour up. The first half of the tour, Misery Index, is going to be the main support on the bill, along with the band The Dreaming Dead, and about halfway through the tour, it changes, and Origin comes on. Misery Index will be leaving the tour, and Origin comes on. I actually am not real sure of those exact dates, but I'm pretty excited about it. I like both bands. I know people from both bands, and it's just going to be just exciting to be around people that are like minds and sort of come from the same thing. I mean, I've known John from Origin for as long as I've been in Morbid Angel. So hanging out with John for a few weeks on tour is going to be fantastic for me.
And now, is this going to be a full U.S. tour?
Yeah, it's about 6 weeks, I believe. There's quite a few shows on the tour, and it goes all the way across the country and back across again.
And now, of course, you're also headlining at the New England Metal and Hardcore Festival. So when was the last time you guys played Worcester?
Man, I really don't even know. I would say it was maybe the early 2000s was the last time I personally played Worcester, but that venue is just, it's a brilliant place to play. And I've actually, we played this festival early on when the festival was, pretty much, I think, just beginning, when it first started out. And it was a great festival then, so I have pretty high hopes for this festival, yeah.
And it's on 420.
Yep. We all know.
So, Morbid Angel headlining the New England Metal and Hardcore Fest on Friday, April 20th. So Stephen, the last tour Morbid Angel didn't play any of the David Vincent era music. Will you be playing any this time around?
The set list is going to change as the tour goes on. One thing that, from the beginning when I've come back into the band, Trey and I talk a lot about keeping the set list, fresh, keep revolving, songs. We're adding a bunch of songs to the set. It's going to be probably about only half the set that we did last time will be in the set this time, and then there'll be a lot of new songs and some older songs added as well. But honestly, one thing that we want to do is we want to keep changing it up, man. We want to keep it fresh. The whole reason that we were doing that, I know that kind of got blown out of proportion that we weren't playing anything from the Vincent area. It really wasn't that. It was just that, there wasn't an opportunity to play the songs that we were playing for, almost 13 years or something like that. These are songs that, we, the people in the band, personally love, so, we really just want to play them. I know that there's classics and you always want to sort of, make the fans happy with some of the classics, but at the same time, you also want to make yourself happy as a musician. Honestly, this isn't pop music, man. Pop music is all about making the fan happy and only playing that one song that was a big hit, and the rest of it's a lot of garbage. And that's not the way a Morbid Angel show is. None of the songs are garbage. None of the songs on the albums are garbage. So it's really difficult to even pick a set list. So we've decided to just keep constantly sort of revolving songs. One day you may see, some in Redemption, and the next show it might not be played. It's just one of those things,
And, like you said, you do have that new album that came out, so this year you have an opportunity to play a lot more than just one new song from that album.
Absolutely, and these songs, they sound fantastic, live, like in the room right now, man. These songs sound brilliant, and I'm really excited for people to get to hear them on a big stage with a big PA system, etc. I think it's going to be phenomenal.
And I just wanted to mention really quick to people that Record Store Day, April 21st, and Morbid Angel will be participating in a special release for the day of the new album, and people could get more info on that on your page. But Steve, are you bringing some vinyl along on tour, do you know?
I do believe that we will have some vinyl, and I'm pretty sure that we're also bringing along a limited edition lenticular cover CD, which is actually sort of a 3D cover art, and it looks absolutely fantastic. So, we definitely have those. The vinyl, I think that we have vinyl because of the record store day or whatever. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we should have.
And now, Steve, I know it's only been 4 months since the release of the new album, but do you have, any ideas already spinning around in your head for some more new music?
Yeah, a little bit of the downtime, I actually spent, writing some riffs and stuff like that. Just, very, very rough demo type ideas. But, yeah, it's definitely, my juices are definitely flowing, to make Morbid Angel music right now. Yeah, that's a definite.
So, Steve, what are you looking forward to most on this tour?
420, I guess. The thing about it is the United States now is it's very different than it was a decade ago. The United States now, there's places you go that you can do things that you never imagined you were allowed to do, 10 years ago. So, the best thing about it is just really going out and honestly, I have so many friends all across the country that I've, come back into contact with, and that's what I look forward to the most, is just the people that I get to see along the way. There's certain people, certain cities that I'm excited because I know I'm going to see them. For instance, when I'm in Texas, I know I'm going to get to see my good friend Howard Davis. You know what I mean? He was on my very first tour with me that I ever did, and a good friend of ours, and I can't wait to see the guy every time.
And let's mention, too, your brother, Chris Gentry, is going to be doing drum teching on this tour. Is it nice for you to have your brother on tour with you?
I would never want to do this again without him, to be honest with you. It's having my brother with me is, it's I don't know. I can't even explain how secure the situation feels, In all ways, I know that, I have his back, he has my back. It's the same with the members of the band, but, your brother is your brother,
know. So there you all go. Morbid Angel about to hit the road on tour April 17th through May, bringing along some great bands with them. And as always, Steve, all the best to you and the band on tour, and I'll see you on 420 in Worcester.
Thanks, Jed. I'm looking forward to it.